What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. So after a long-ass time of wandering around, seriously, I played for a while last night. I found a cave. So if you take a look on the map, we're actually sort of like way up at the top. If you go north from the mountain where we built our other base, so basically a little bit to the northeast of Beta Base, you'll find the cave that we're inside of. I know that there's a number of them that I missed, actually, because I looked at a map after I found this one, and apparently over on the eastern, like, I don't know what that little cluster of islands is called, we walked past like 2 caves over there. There's one off to the left that I completely and totally missed. So it's a weird situation, but on the plus side, today we get to hang out in a cave, and so I enjoy a little bit of spelunking. Let's be on our way. Now, in order to preserve Gash Nasty, I think he's a little bit big to go in there. I have like this distinct feeling that he's going to get stuck. I may actually only bring the raptors. Now, this could go very, very wrong. I have no idea what's inside of here. I've heard rumors about, like, spiders and other nasty arachnids and things of that nature. Luckily, we have a nasty arachnid of our own called Big Bull Slasher. And so he's going to come with us, and I think the whole thing will work out so long as we bring smaller dinosaurs in with us. Gash Nasty's going to have to wait outside, make sure that nothing comes up behind us while we are, I suppose, preoccupied with the cave. He's going to be our rear guard, I guess. And so it's not because I love you any less, buddy. In fact, you're probably the favorite dinosaur that I have. It's just that you won't fit in the hole. That's pretty much it. Mama said you won't fit in the hole. Therefore, you can't come along. Let's go inside and see what happens here. I've been really excited about going into a cave, and I've been depriving myself of YouTube videos or anything else that shows what's inside. So this is going to be a new experience for me because I've never even, like, hinted at what's inside of here. So let's just have a look. That was a chug right there. A chug that canceled out my recording, too. Crazy style. They released a performance patch this morning, and it has increased my performance by quite a lot. I've been playing in 60 frames per second for the last couple hours, just as a test, but I think it disabled my VSync or something along the way. I'm seeing some little tears or something. Are you guys still with me, or are you guys all confused and just unable to continue? I'm going to say that it looks like it's the latter. Are any of you guys coming down here with me? Hey, hold on. I wish you could get like little wigs, you know, like Redcoats wore back during like the War of 1776 and all that. Like the wigs that they would wear. I guess they still do, don't they, in British Parliament? Anyways, I wish that we could get those for our raptors, just like little hats. Essentially wigs to make them look more judgingly at their foes. I don't know, make me happy. Let's go down into the cave and we'll see what happens down in here. It'd be adorable. I think probably walking is going to be the better way for me to... Oh, they're following... they're not following me. They're following Big Boss Slasher, maybe? No, they should be following me, right? Hey, everybody in. Come on, gents. Why is Gash Nasty all stuck up there? I mean, normally he'd just jump over that, but I assume there's a clipping plane there or something. Also, I took a Duke in the cavern, so watch your step. It's a natural thing. When you're inside of a cave, you got to take a Duke sometimes. So, they said there was going to be a bunch of metal inside of here. I'm probably going to try and harvest as much as I can. We're still missing a dino. Hold on, I'll go get him. Apparently, Gash Nasty appears to be very, very confused by the fact that there's an incline, and then this weird little window over here seems to be what's setting him off. It's odd how the cave has, like, hollow pillars right there. You see that? The pillar is hollow. Also looks very wet down in here. I feel like if I sat down, I would get ass rings of water. I always hated that when I would go to school when I was a kid. You would sit down on one of the benches or whatever, but like the morning... Oh, he got stuck in between there. Okay. Luckily, I looked this up before I went into the caves just for like random little problems. I didn't look at what's inside of the caves or anything like that, but I had paid attention while other people had talked about the caves, and they had said specifically that the dinosaurs like to get stuck down in here. So I'm going to be extra watchful for it. I'm going to hope that as long as I'm vigilant, we shouldn't lose any dinosaurs down here, but 3 raptors and a scorpion might not be enough to handle what's down here. This is supposed to be some of the harder content in the game, and so I figure we'll probably just keep our nose real low to the ground, hopefully our ear to the train track, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully nothing bad. Oh, he can't even fit inside of there. Okay. Well, can I fit inside of there? I mean, I feel like this is a really bad plan going in there unescorted. Still. What does this do? Oh, wow, you can harvest that? Okay. So I guess you can harvest off the side of the stone wall like these little crystal things, maybe? Well, the last one looked like it was harvestable. I guess that one's not, though. Must be too small or something. You are a diminutive crystal, which is not worthy of my gaze. Let's go this way, and what is this right? Can I do you? Yes? Ah, what is crystal used for? You're starving, find something to eat. Oh, my bad. Opened up the wrong menu. Do I have food with me right now? Oh, good, I have cooked meat. So we'll eat that real fast, and that should get us all nice and filled up. Can I pick up the stuff that's on the floor? Is that possible? So you can't pick up the fragments, they just despawn. What do crystals do? I keep hitting... So many games use tab as their inventory that I'm unfortunately making some very real mistakes right now. So a crystal. This strange crystalline material can be shaped into lenses used as electronic components or mixed into powerful explosives. So maybe like a laser crystal is what they're talking about right there. We can get it focused and hone it into a laser crystal and be like, pa-chow! Pa-chow! And take out dinosaurs with lasers. How legit would that be to shoot a T-Rex with a laser? Hold on, I need more crystals. I don't see anything down in here that looks that dangerous. We should probably watch the ceiling or something too while we're in here. I left my dinosaurs back at the door, but I don't want to be so far out that I can't get help if I need it. Okay, another crystal right there. I also don't want to get lost. Huh. It'd be nice if we had some kind of, like, lanyard line or some kind of string that we could lay down behind us to help us find our way. Unfortunately, I don't think we have anything like that. There's 2 crystals from right there. Oh, this is the way that they can... Okay, so can you guys fit in here? Is this a place you can go? Oh, the places you'll go. You'll never know until you throw with the dro on the flow. Gotta go. Big Boss Slash appears to be able to come down. What about Smash Nasty? Where you at, buddy? Well, that's good. It looks like it was iterative with regards to the way that it was calculating the paths. I think it takes into account that they actually looked to see if the other dinosaurs are the same size or something, because they all went one by one right there, just like they would have in real life. Not really single file, which is how I would have done it. But as long as we can get them down into this area, I'll be happy. Is Big Boss Slasher stuck? Hold on. Let me go take a look real fast. We may have some serious problems here. Slasher! Oh, yeah, Slasher got real stuck. There. No. Can't go in there either. Alright, Slash. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to wait for me. I'm going to put him up in the vestibule up here, which is what I'm going to call this area. It's just a fancy sounding word. That's all that it is. It's not actually a vestibule. Can you actually get in here? There we go. It calculated the appropriate path, apparently, that I couldn't find along the way. I got my glasses on. I'm all ready to go down into the dungeon and do some geology. Oh, yeah. Can I harvest that? Oh, wow, that's a metal node right there. That's a pretty dense metal node, too. We got a bunch out of there. Okay, I'm going to keep my eye out for those, too, because we need them, and then we'll load up Gash Nasty once we leave. If we can leave this cave maybe with like 80, 90, 100, 150 metal all loaded up on the dino, I would be super happy. I can't harvest that, though. It looks like there's a crevice up here. There is. Nothing inside of it, though. I'm an explorer when I get into areas like this. I used to love back in the day with, like, EverQuest and games like that. There were free-roaming dungeons that, like, you could just go into, and they just went into the ground forever. And I really enjoyed those, especially if you had a couple friends with you. The types of adventures you could get yourself into just going into those random dungeons, they don't do that in MMOs anymore. Just, like, open-world dungeons that you can walk down into whenever you feel like it. I wish that they bring them back, though. Non-instance, that is. I mean, it always sucked having somebody come in and steal your mob or whatever. But the potential for exploration and feeling like you found something new even though you technically didn't and loads of people had been there before, or meeting people down in the dungeon, I think outweighed that. Like, I made so many friends down in the bottom of a dungeon where you'd be running around with 2 or 3 other people and you'd come across a group of like 1 or 2 people that were struggling down there and you'd be like, hey, you want to join up? Because we'll have 6 people now. We'll be able to throw down a little bit better. And they'd be like, oh, yeah. Next thing you know, you're rolling on treasure and having a good time, making friends, waiting for respawns. I mean, maybe the waiting for respawns wasn't much fun. But that's where I had a lot of fun when I was younger. I don't know. There was something about waiting for respawns where you were sitting there. It forced you to conversate with people, which you don't have to do anymore in MMOs. A lot of the social aspects of MMOs are now just, like, non-existent. That's one of the big reasons that I don't really play them anymore is because, they've removed a lot of the social systems that used to be in the game to make it... What is that right there? There's a floaty thing over there. Hold on. Can I harvest that? I just want more metal. This looks like a metal node. Hell yeah. Okay, so a little bit more right there. Just keeping a close and wary eye out for anything else that can be harvested. There was like a floaty crystal thing back off to the left. I'm going to go check that in just a minute to see what we get out of that. It's probably going to hurt. And if I get stuck, I'll just jump on you because you can sort of walk backwards. Or I'll just leap back over your head real quick because I think I'm overweight. If they're going to go down this way to try and get back at me, I think they need to about face at the bottom of the cave. Get a little bit more metal. Running away is not going to be an option if I get down in here because the corridor is so thin. That scared me for a second. The rock rolling down the hill, I thought it was something coming at me. So yeah, what is that over there? It looks like some kind of cask or something. Oh, that's freaky. I think we lost a dino. But if we work our way around, really try not to get murdered right now. dying down in here would be deeply upsetting. There'd be no way for us to make it back out. So what am I carrying around that's so heavy? I got some wood right there. I got 45 pounds of metal. Those all cost a pound too. It looks like Crash Nasty fell off a cliff. I think I should be able to get back down there, though. When we go back around, he should be able to get himself out of the pool over there. So let me see if I can load up one of these little guys. He's got 25 on him. He should be able to carry the metal, no problem. There we go. I'm going to take the berries and all that stuff off of you because I definitely am going to need those if I need to feed myself while we're down in here. You actually don't have much meat left either, so let me throw that all on you. With you, what do you have going on? More berries, some narcos, some azules. They're good. It looks like we've been picking up all kinds of cloth gear off the random T-Rexes and other things that I've been killing. And so let me go ahead and unloot those. Each one of those things is costing us a half a pound, and that's not really something that I could sacrifice right now. He's got more meat than he needs, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's what the ladies tell me, but you know, my dating life's pretty successful. I don't want to brag or anything like that, but like, no, you have meat in your inventory, man. You're carrying around a lot of steak. It's not like that, yeah, tube steak. And I'm like, oh my god, why do you have to be so filthy all the time, Smash Nasty? Oh good, he's male. I was worried that at the end of that diatribe was going to end up being a female dinosaur, and I'm like, well, apparently our female dinosaur has a dick. That's what I learned today. Female dinosaur has a dick. Let's go ahead and we'll get a little bit of metal from right there. I'm just going to try and harvest everything I can up and out of this place. But yeah, I'll try and get some 60 frames per second videos up because the performance patch that they put in actually made the game run a lot better. I went from running at like 25 frames to running at 60 overnight just from one patch. And so I don't know what, it's a loot crate? Ooh. What does it do? There's a stego saddle blue, a ramshackle stego. Are they all ramshackle? Because like what does... I have one on me right now, but what does it do? So that's just a normal stego saddle. So what's the difference between the ramshackle and the normal one? Does it accomplish anything different? Huh. I guess there's treasure chests down in here. I need to figure out how to get the other dinosaur out, so let me take a second. Oh, never mind. Crash worked himself out the second we did it, or she worked herself out the moment that I sat down to do it. We'll level her up, give her a little bit more HP in case we find anything down here in the darkness. I'm going to ride you, and I need you. Oh, inventory's too heavy to jump. Okay, well, can you at least get up out of the water? Like, is that a thing that you can accomplish for me? Okay, good. We were able to get our raptor out of the water. You wait here. I'm going to go see what's in the water real fast. Diving into deep pools at the bottom of crazy caverns is probably a bad idea. But let's just have a little look-see here. There might be something down here that makes this all worth it. It looks like the cavern is mostly devoid of anything useful. It's a little bit fuzzy, though. If we had goggles or anything like that, we might be able to see a little bit better. It's also quite frigid, so unfortunately we're losing our food rating faster than it's going up. Let me go ahead. I'm going to jump back out of here. Oh, look. It looks like the fog stays in our eyes for a little bit. I can see it in my eyes. Alright, let's go and we'll get them all nice and suited up and ready. It looks like the water finally fell out of our eyes, so that's good. Still haven't found anything that's hunting us or causing problems. I expected there to be a lot more resistance down and in here, but I suppose I can be wrong. I mean, that's perfectly fine. If they don't want us to fight any battles down in here, I ain't going to fight no battles, but maybe stock up on crystals while I'm down in here, too. Might be a decent idea, so I don't have to come back anytime soon. We've got another metal node over here. A couple more crystals. It really feels like there's supposed to be something down in here, but we haven't seen it yet. A little bit more metal from there. So we got something to take back home with us and smelt. He who smelt it definitely dealt it and maybe even felt it. Sometimes when you smelt it, you dealt it and you felt it, but sometimes it doesn't work like that at all. Like, I don't know. And sometimes when you smelt it, when you dealt it, you gotta knelt it. I don't know if knelt works. That might not work right there. It's the wrong case. Let's... What is that right there? Like some weird melted smooth stone. Can that be harvested? Oh, it can. It's obsidian? What do you do with obsidian? Cool. I love obsidian, just the way that it feels. What the hell is that? What? Hold on. I don't even know what to think about that right there. Let's get our obsidian real fast. Once we have that, we'll go and we'll get the loot crate. And then I don't know if I want to dive down in there. The color of blood makes me a little bit nervous. Makes me antsy and pantsy. We've got to access our We're Starving again. We've got an artifact of the clever found at the heart of a cave north of the heart of the island. Only one of these may be carried at one time by an organism. Artifact of the clever. Okay, that was a little terrifying. I'm nervous about what's about to happen, but not going to think about it. I'll just ignore it and keep my head down, and hopefully this works out. Eat a couple of meats, maybe eat a couple of azul berries right there. And that should get us leveled off. Obsidian, a very rare resource found underground, can be broken down and used to make modern tech. Okay, as a geologist I find that slightly suspect, but still, it's a cool concept. Obsidian is a badass stone, so maybe it will help us do fun things. I'm going to make a campfire real quick. And after making the campfire, I'm going to set it up over here because we have a little bit of wood with us. And I think that if I can get myself cooking a little bit more meat while we're hanging out down here, it'd probably be a decent idea. Can I drop this in the cave, or is this not going to... Is this not going to fly? It's all obstructed, huh? Okay. Well, if it's all obstructed, I guess I'll just have to make do with the resources that I have available right now. Let me take another look at this right here. I mean, I'm definitely feeling a... Wait, did the artifact come back? Oh. So apparently that's for like everybody on the server or something like that if I was playing multiplayer. We're doing single player right now. Oh, this is such a bad idea. What is this, though? Does it do anything? I'm getting a bad feeling about this. I'm getting a real bad feeling. I'm going to go back up to the surface and we're not going to worry about it. Oh, there's a hole at the top, too. See, now that I didn't notice. So maybe that's a hole where this was like lasered down or something like that and placed? Starting to get a feel for the backstory right now or something. At least we've got a little bit of lore that's unexplained right here because there's a red hole underneath and a red hole at the top. Dinosaurs are like, well, there's red holes at the bottom of a lot of organisms. Like, but yeah, this is a cave. It shouldn't have a red hole anywhere near its bottom. That seems like a very, very weird thing to have for a cave. Alright, all of you on me. I missed a metal node back here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that too. That was the real goal in coming down here, was to explore, maybe find some treasure and get as much metal as we can. Alright, we're looking solid right there. I might be a little bit overweight. I am worried about my hunger meter for right now. I don't think that there was any path that went back around this way, but I am going to check just to be sure. Yep, pooping more in the dungeon. Why not? Getting around my dinos has become a little bit of a pain. Alright, let me dump off a little bit more. So who's overweight right now? You've got 69 on you. We can't put anything else on. You've got 42. Good. That means you can take these stones. And that means you will also take that metal. And we should be good right there. That should speed me up a tiny bit so that I can continue exploring. No bad guys yet. Not a single bad guy. Although when you're up against nature, can you really call it a bad guy? It's more or less just like random creatures that decided to get in your way. A little bit more obsidian right here that I'm going to take the opportunity to gather. Alright, very cool. There's actually a thing that's like super obsidian as well. I have a couple pieces of it here at the house. It's called a vitrophere, and essentially what a vitrophere is it's like super heated obsidian. So essentially, if you end up with contact material around like a magma body or anything like that, and it's simply too hot for glass to form, it makes like a super glass. It's not as awesome as it sounds. It's a lot more fragile than the real glass, which is what obsidian essentially is. But anyways, it's called a vitrophere, and it's like mega glass, basically. And so it's a very, very, very fine glass that gets created only when you're in contact with the sidewall of a magma body or anything like that. And I have a bunch of it right here. I actually got it from a place called the Charlie Brown Road Cut, which is a very, very famous kind of geological stop for geology students. It looks like we got nothing else going on inside the cave, so maybe we will excuse ourselves. Smash Nasty done got himself stuck, herself stuck, whoever. Come on, Nasty. You got this. Ugh. Hold on. Alright, so I need you. Alright, so we'll enable following right there. going to try and get up on this artifact container right here. And maybe you can work your way around on this side. There you go. There you go. And so I'm going to ditch one of these so that we can get around this container right here. Little bit of finagling required if you wanted to make this work. Artifact of the Clever. I can use it. What happens if I use it? Doesn't look like it has a use. You can drop it on the floor right there. And then we'll pick up this one. And that should allow my other dinosaur to get out of the water. There we go. That's what we're looking at. There's a good dino. Alright, everybody up in here. Let's go. A little bit dark for my taste, but we should be able... Actually, I put all my stones and all my other stuff on top of the other dinosaur, so unfortunately I might not be able to make a new torch once I get out of here. I am really interested to figure out like what this is going to do for me. I was expecting to fight something down in here. I thought this was going to be a much more violent trip. I was surprisingly and also pleasingly wrong, so that's good. I don't know if there was supposed to be spiders on the ceiling or what's supposed to happen in here. Or maybe if it's only you go into the cave like at night or something. Either way, that was a pretty good dive for us, and it didn't cost us anything. Everything went really, really well. We got to go back up and check on Gash. I think we hit, I think anyways, we got every single corridor down in here. Where's my other dino at? Smash. Did you fall off the cliff again? No, you didn't. Okay, we'll get over here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Here, dino, 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 dino. There we go. The dinosaurs do not like these caves at all. They get very, very stuck. Their pathfinding, unfortunately, leaves something to be desired. Let's get up in here. We're going to get our scorpion back, and then we'll see if we can get the hell on out of here, because obviously living in a cave is not something that I relish the thought of. Although it is a good idea if you live in a really, really hot place. If you live in a place where it's stupidly hot, living in a cave is actually a really solid plan. Simply because caves actually have a very standardized temperature down in the bottom of them. I think it's like 65 or 70 degrees that they always stay at. Like, caves are always that temperature. And so they're really, really nice. In fact, a lot of indigenous tribes like to live in caves for just that reason. They would move into the caves for the summer or things like that. We're missing another raptor. Why am I always missing a dinosaur? I'm going to stay here just in case he fell off a cliff. I said stay. Did I hit the wrong button? I must have hit the wrong button. Alright, all of you come back this way. Okay, maybe don't come back this way. Maybe just block the whole corridor with your girth. That's fine too. I will jump over your head maybe. Or I will just get stuck in place and this will totally suck. Okay, let's go down into the cave then. We don't have much of a choice. God. Okay, so we'll take them down into here. We'll go all the way back up to the top. Come on, everybody. Is there a reason nobody else is coming along with me right now? Damn it, this pathfinding. This pathfinding. Let's go ahead and use that up very, very quickly. We already have a campfire and plenty of wood. If I have to bring all of you guys out of here manually, I will. I don't want to. You guys got stuck on the same spot. How hard was that right there? How hard was that right there? Just to wiggle a little bit more. There. And now we bring Smash with us. Unless Smash is also stuck. As Smash appears to be. Damn it, the pathfinding. I swear to God, the pathfinding in this game. And let me guess, I'm too overweight to carry this guy out of here. Let's drop all of our obsidian. Drop our metal. We'll drop that. I'll come get it in just a second. It's not a big deal. Inventory's too heavy to jump. Let's continue to eliminate weight. Oh, she's actually stuck in the wall, I think. Ew. How do I fix that? That's brutal. She's stuck in the wall? I wonder if there's a way for me to console her out of there. Either way, let's go get the other dino first. We'll go rescue the one down at the bottom, and then once we get that one, I'll come back with the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. We got dinosaurs stuck in every wall over here, so I'm hoping that I can pull them all out eventually. I'll see y'all in the next episode. This was pretty fun. I like doing new things in this game, and so I'll see y'all later. Hi, do.